Okay, this is an introductory unit to kind of a shopping activity you're going to be working on in the days leading up to Christmas. So please find this Meals for a Sledding Trip activity, and the front and back of this is kind of just an introduction to a bigger project you're going to do. You're first going to have to purchase some items for a sledding trip, and then while you're out sledding, you've got to also purchase breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So this is going to be a really good review of doing sales tax, tip, and applying discounts with coupons. So I'm going to do one on each side with you in this video, and then you're going to complete both sides showing all of your work. When you're done, you're going to need to make sure that you check in with me to see that you've done it correctly, shown all your work correctly, and then you'll be able to begin the bigger project. Okay, so when we start out here, the first thing you need to realize is when it says your subtotal, that means that's what your breakfast costs before we added tax or tip. So we're having breakfast. Our subtotal is $4.50. The first thing that we need to do is add a 6% tax. So the way we're going to do that is we are going to take $4.50 and we're going to multiply it by 6%. So you always want to remember that when you're dealing with percents, you change them to a decimal. So multiplying by 0.06 is 6%. And you can either calculate this number, which comes out to be 27 cents, and then you can add the 27 cents back on to $4.50. Okay, so down here, if you wanted, you could do it this way. You first calculate the 6%, and then you add that to get a total of $4.77. The other way to do that, if you don't want to do this in two steps, in other words, if you don't want to calculate the 6%, then add it back to the original, remember we can put a 1 right in front of that 6%. So this is really representing we are taking 106% of our breakfast. 106% means we're taking the 100%, which means we have to pay the total $4.50, and then we're adding on the 6%. So if you can please take your calculators and type in $4.50 times 1.06, you will see that you get the same exact answer, but you get it in one step. Okay, so for all the rest of these, I would expect to see work that's similar to this. I want to see what you're multiplying to get your sales tax. Okay, then most people take whatever when the bill comes to your table, it will show you the subtotal, but then it shows you the tax. And most people just take this amount, their total amount with tax, and they calculate how much tip they want to add. Okay, so tip, for all of these problems, let's say they're better than average. So average is 15%, outstanding's 20%. Let's do 18% tip for all of these problems. Okay, so if you just want to know how much you need to leave on the table just to cover the tip, not the bill, we would multiply by 18%. Okay, so let's do that. And you will see that you need to leave, and we always want to round it to the nearest penny. It comes out to be about 86 cents. So if you haven't had a chance, I'd like you to pause this video and do it on your calculator. Your calculator should look like this: $4.77 times 18%. And if you notice, we're talking about money, so we want to round to the nearest penny. Do you see that the 8 in the hundredths place is going to bump this up to a 6? So it's really 86 cents. So that's your tip. Now most people just want to know how much they need to leave that would pay the bill plus the tip altogether. So what should we add up here if we want a total? We don't just want the tip amount, we want them added together. So hopefully you're thinking that we need to put a 1 in front of it. So when we do that, it gives us $5.63 is what we would leave on the table if we wanted the waitress to pay the bill and then keep the remaining 86 cents. This is how much we would leave. Okay? So then, when it says receipt total, this is what I would like you to write. I would like you to say that your subtotal was $4.50. Your tax was 27 cents. Your tip was 86 cents. So we're just kind of itemizing all of these things that we found to get a total of $5.63. Okay, so that's what I'd like you to complete for lunch and dinner. All right, then if you turn this over, the project that you're going to get in a little bit will actually have some coupons that you need to choose, and you've got to apply the coupons to various items. So if you can go through and just write in the 3 coupons. So we're going to say the winter boots are 20% off. The Columbia winter coat is a 15% markup. Now I know that's not a coupon. A markup is adding on to this, but I think it's really good practice getting ready for the exam. And then the sled is just plain $10 off. Okay, so we're going to do each of those. So this is what your work should look like. So you start with $102. And we first want to show if we take 20% off. Okay, well there's 2 ways to do this. Remember that if you think about this, if we're going to take 20% off, how much is going to remain? 80% really is remaining. Okay, so we're going to figure out what are we going to pay if we only have to pay 80% of the bill. And that takes our winter boots down to $81.60. Now off to the side, let's check this. Let's do this again, but let's figure out what 20% is. Okay, so we're going to do 102 times 0.20. Whoops. Yeah, 102. And notice it comes out to be $20.40. But that's the amount we're taking off. So now let's check. If we subtract $20.40 from 102, do you see that we got $81.60? Okay, so you can do this in 2 ways. You can first figure out that 20% and then subtract it. Or in one step, you can just think about this. Instead of taking 20% off, 80% remains. So here's what our subtotal is going to be now. But now notice we have to add sales tax. So we're going to take our discounted price and we need to do tax. Okay, so once again, if we only want the tax amount, we're going to multiply by 0.06. But if we want the entire amount, we're going to put a 1 in front of this. And we're going to get a total of $86.50. And when you do this on your calculator, $81.60 times 1.06, notice it comes out to this number, and we need to round to the hundredths place. So that's where the 9 is. So the 6 will bump the 9 up to a 10, which bumps the 4 up to a 5. So that's where I got 50 cents. Okay, so for your receipt total, you're going to do $102. And we're going to say less 20% is going to take us down to $81.60. Then with our tax, our total comes out to be $86.50. Okay. You're going to do the same things down here, but for the markup, remember markup is the 100% plus the 15%. So we really are going to, just like we are adding a 15% tip, we're going to add 15% to this, and our price is going to go up. Then you're going to do your sales tax. Okay. A flat $10 off, that's simply subtracting. You're going to take $19.95, subtract your $10, then add your sales tax. Okay, so please complete this today and then show that to me. Thank you.